Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on Beyond Crazy. I was supposed to be over at the Tonto National Forest today, but apparently I know nothing. The National Park Service and the National Forest Service are two different services, obviously, and there is no early bird special for the National Forest Service, so you're not able to get in there before their opening hours. Nonetheless, I've got a bunch of stuff to do. Ordinarily, I would just sit inside the truck and maybe read for an hour or so before I got in, but I've got a couple things I need to do today before I head down to the valley. So I opted to do, what is this one? Oh, Stewart Circle Loop. So it's very local, actually embarrassingly close to my place, and I did drive just because I was already in the truck. So I'm gonna hit this real quick, show everyone a little bit of pace in Arizona, and yeah, we'll get on with the day. Let's get it. Would have been fine, but perfect. So we are back at my place now. I made a quick stop at the grocery store and got all of the things we need for our recipe for the day, which is going to be pulled chicken Korean sliders. Let's get it started. Okay, so first things first is we're going to pad dry all of our chicken thighs. I'm going to go ahead and just hit this with some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and a small amount of sesame oil. Sesame oil. Okay, looking at these just for my personal enjoyment, I am going to actually clean these up just a tiny bit. It is a personal choice. You don't have to if you don't want to. Some people think that the extra fat on there actually makes them render out better, but nonetheless, I'm going to be cleaning mine up, so let's get that done. Seeing as how I just patted them dry, I'm looking for them to get really crispy, so I'm only gonna use a touch of the sesame oil just to be a binder, but I'm gonna be pretty generous with the salt and the garlic powder. Okay, now that I've got this chicken all ready, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I clean and sanitize everything that I've touched, as well as the bottom of the bowl, and just everything the chicken has come in contact with. Salmonella is a real thing, everybody. It's not one of those like old fallacies that people tell you, and it is a real thing, so please make sure you're being conscientious of that. But I'm sure you guys all knew that. Let's go. Chicken in the bottom of your fridge, guys, if it's not cooked. If it's cooked, put it at the top, remember. All right, so now that I've got my chicken prepped out, I'm gonna go ahead and just spray the bottom with a little bit of spray oil, and then I'm gonna set these for 380 degrees for about 14 minutes. I'm looking for 165 degrees internal. All right, with my chicken going now, I'm gonna take the time to make some homemade pickles. That's just going to be some carrot and some cucumber. That I'm gonna use some rice vinegar as well as just a tiny bit of salt and a little bit of sugar to pickle over just while that cooks off. You can leave them sit on your counter, but I ordinarily like to throw them inside the fridge just to give them that extra little bit of crispiness. Now that those pickles are brining and the chicken is about halfway done now, we're good to go ahead and start our sauce. I'm gonna show you how to get that done. All you're gonna need is a small saucepan and a single burner. Okay, we're gonna keep it really sweet and simple with this sauce. Like I said, it's the one saucepan. Now that I've got that set up, I'm gonna show on screen everything that I'm adding. You can do this in any order that you want. We're just gonna bring everything up to a simmer until it's well combined. So it's gonna be 2 tablespoons of gochujang, 1 tablespoon of soy, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 teaspoon of rice vinegar. It's probably too much. 1.5 teaspoons of sesame oil. And just a 3-finger pinch of your brown sugar. Just cleaned up a little bit. The glaze is coming up to temperature. The chicken did go off during that time. We're gonna pull it and shred it with some forks. Let's see how it looks. Nice. That looks good to me. So myself personally, I don't like to finely shred my chicken just because I don't want it to taste like too much like a chicken salad or the mouthfeel of a chicken salad. I really like there to be like a lot of bite and a lot of substance to it. But that being said, I have this just where I want it. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer it into a bowl. Hopefully not waste all our hard work. And now we can add that perfect glaze that we made. All right, now that that chicken is done, I'm gonna go ahead and toast off some King's Hawaiian rolls and finally slice some scallions to throw over the top of that. Then I'm gonna throw it all together and see how it turned out. We're looking good. It's ready to plate. All right, it's time to build. So I'm gonna start with my bottom bun here. I'm going to take out a couple of my pieces of cucumber, nice pickle. One piece of carrot on top of that. A nice scoop of this chicken. Okay. And then before I do my top bun, I'm gonna hit it with some QP mayo. Go right over the top. I'm gonna touch this with the butter just on top of here, just to work as a hold for these sesame seeds. And there you have it. Let's give them a taste. That is so good. That is delicious. All right, everyone watching, make the dedication to yourself and everyone you love. Make these tonight. Do it.